Hi everyone. Let me make sure my music is on. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet, and let me know if everything sounds okay because I am using a different streaming service right now. I'm using Streamlabs instead of OBS, so the settings might have been changed. I don't know, it seems to be working, but hi everyone. I'm just gonna say at the beginning, excuse the way I look and excuse my voice. I am sick. Of course I am. And I feel like crap. I've been having nosebleeds for like 2 days now. Don't know why. Never really had nosebleeds before. Like, not that bad. So I feel like crap. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I don't feel great. I was gonna do like a bunch of house chores today. Like I was gonna go outside and cut the yard. I was going to like do a bunch of deep cleaning in the pet rooms. And I was gonna switch some animals around and do like a bunch of stuff. And then I woke up and I barely breathe. So I don't feel great. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to eat breakfast and then go live and then see how I feel later. I'm probably still gonna do a couple things later. Of course, clean the guinea pig cages and stuff, but like when you have a cold or like an allergy, sinus thing, cleaning hay and like guinea pig shit makes you feel so much worse. Like it makes you feel so terrible. I can hear you. Okay, great. And also wait, why is my... A minute. Only channel subscribers of 5 minutes or more. Okay, apparently my chat's in subscriber mode, but I honestly don't mind keeping it in subscriber mode. So, I don't know. The Streamlabs tells me a lot of different things that OBS normally wouldn't tell me, which is pretty cool. But hello everyone. Sean's Nerd Craft Corner, thank you for coming in. Caroline, thank you. Alexis, hello. Sam, good evening from the UK, hello. Sierra is scrapbooking right now, that is awesome. I wish I could get into scrapbooking, I get bored with like journaling and scrapbooking. I used to journal all the time. Hi Shelby, hi Bunny. Yeah, this was kind of a last minute live stream. I didn't really schedule it too far ahead. I scheduled it like an hour ago, so yeah. Drinking some coffee, my bookish mug. And we're gonna crochet. I'm gonna show you guys the progress that we have made. And we're just going to chill and chat. I'm gonna go ahead and make the disclaimer now. There's a lot of really insane things happening in the United States right now, as always, but it's been really bad these past 24 hours. I am very passionate about talking about politics, but for the sake of my mental health and all of your mental health, we will not be discussing what happened yesterday in the United States with the former president. So let's refrain from talking from that. We need to have just a safe space for everybody to talk in the chat today. And we're just gonna keep this light and happy and keep everybody in a good mood because, you know, we get plenty of the negative stuff when we go online right now. So I'm trying to keep this a positive space. So we're not gonna be discussing any political things today. I've already discussed it pretty heavily on my social medias. So if you wanna, you know, see it on my social medias, then you can go there. But we're gonna keep it light today, because honestly, the way this world is going, it's pretty fucking scary. So let's just be happy today, and let's crochet and chat about things that aren't so scary. So let me get my stuff out. I want to show you guys the progress that I have made. Hi Jade. Hi Autumn. Hi Kate. Okay, let me get all my stuff out. Oh, my button. The button is finally starting to come off of my book holder. I am going to be making a pattern for this very, very soon. So stay tuned for me selling a pattern on how I make my hook holder. But the button has finally started to come off, so I need to re-sew that back on. I don't think I have scissors are in here. Okay. Then I printed out the pattern so I don't have to keep looking at my computer. I'm pretty much just repeating these rows over and over again, so I've pretty much got them memorized at this point, but sometimes I forget. So I printed it out, so I just had it. Let me put this in here. And if I'm not as chatty, like I said, I'm sick, so my throat hurts really bad. So if I'm not chatting as much, sorry. But I still wanted to go live. After I'm finishing the live today, I'm going to be editing this crochet video, and I'm going to be uploading it hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday. It is going to be a sponsored video, so I have to get approved by the sponsor before I post it, but hopefully the video will come out tomorrow. But I'm going to be editing that after I get off the stream today. So we're going to be streaming for like an hour or two, not too long today. So, glove on. I put my glove on. I just bought a crochet bag off Amazon. So I have a crochet bag that's like specifically marketed towards like crocheters. Like it goes around your shoulder and it has like little holes in the tips of it where you can like pull the yarn through it and like you can crochet with the bag on your arm. But I don't really like it too much. I would prefer to buy one of the like backpack yarn bags if I ever buy another one, but I probably won't. Buddy, stop. Just like trying to crawl into the bag over there. Like, what's the point of that? Look at them over there. Guys. Mochi's sitting in front of the window unit. The window unit's in the window right there. Oh, if you don't follow me on social media, I did not have AC for 2 days, which I know, like, there's a lot of people in Texas right now who haven't had AC for like 2 weeks now, and I know it's probably a lot hotter in Texas than it is here in Georgia. But that sucked. That sucked so bad because it's like 95 degrees outside right now. Luckily, the 2 days that I didn't have AC, it only got to 91, so it wasn't as bad, but it was still, like, my house got to like 82 degrees, and I was so hot. I was so, like, scared for my animals, and I forgot that I bought a window unit last year because my old house, if you guys remember, my old house the AC would break like every summer because my landlord like just would not fix it properly, so it would always break. So I bought a window unit last year and I never used it, and I remembered that I had one. So I put the window unit in here in the living room, which helped cool down the living room a lot. It didn't work like amazing, but that thing has been working awesome, and the dogs love laying in front of it because the cold air comes in and it blows on them, and it keeps the living room really cool. So, loving that. And I somehow girl bossed that into the window by myself with one hand. I didn't even use this hand. I like held it with this arm and I was like crawling, like squatting and like holding it up with my thighs. And since it's near the floor, I like took my whole body and I like hoisted it up into the window, and then I closed the window really fast and I somehow got it in there with one hand. And if you guys have ever held a window unit, you know that those things are at least like 50, 60 pounds. They are heavy. So I don't know how I did that, but I was like sweating and I was like, I need to get this in the window. Like, I need to survive. Like, I needed that in the window. But yeah, I didn't have AC for 2 days because apparently the last guy that came to fix my air conditioner didn't fix it properly, and he was supposed to call a contractor out to come and fix it more, but he never did. So it just broke again. So he actually like did what he was supposed to do the first time, and he rewired my entire system. So he was here for like 3 hours rewiring the entire AC, and I can already tell that it's blowing a lot better than it was before. So hopefully my power bill won't be terrible. My power bill this month was double than it was last month, which is rough, but it's still cheaper than it would have been in my last house, so no complaints there. Okay, let me stop yapping and blank it out. Okay. So yesterday, sorry about the bad lighting. Yesterday, I started the purple. So I'm on row 2 of purple. So it's getting pretty big. So this is what I've done on and off in a week. I want to do every single color one more time and then finish the blanket there. I'm not going to be able to finish the entire blanket in the YouTube video because this was just a 6-day challenge, but this is what I've done in 7 days. But for most of the 7 days, I only crocheted for like 3 to 4 hours max. So this is just like, what's the math on that? 28 hours? So if I crocheted 4 hours a day for 7, yeah, that's 28. So I worked on this for like 28 hours, maybe a little bit less, and this is how much I got done. So I'm loving it. It's been keeping me warm while I like crochet. But so I didn't crochet when I didn't have AC because this was like laying on me while I was doing it and it was super hot and I was like, I can't do this. But, yeah, we're just gonna keep working on round 2 of the purple. Hopefully I have enough purple to do all of the rows that I need. Oh, get my... I worked on it at work a little bit yesterday because on Saturdays I only have a 4-hour shift and we're allowed to crochet at work. So me and my coworker, she was working on a sweater and I was working on this while we were working. Just gonna keep my yarn in the bag over here. Okay, let me read. I haven't been reading the comments, I'm sorry. I'm kind of sweating a little bit too. Even though it's cold in here. When I'm sick, I sweat really bad. As someone who's in vet med and actually considering leaving, do you ever regret leaving the field? No. Like, that is one thing that I will never change my mind on. I do not ever regret leaving the field at all. If I ever, you know, was like desperate for a job and vet med is very understaffed pretty much everywhere. So if I needed a job, I could apply and probably get the job pretty easily. But would I ever willingly go back? No, I would not. I do not miss it at all. Need a drink? I have 2 drinks. I have my coffee right here, and I have my water right here. Hi, Prince Disney fan. I'm okay. I'm a little sick right now. Hi, Kara Lee. How's your hand been lately? Honestly, my hand feels fine. You know, some days it hurts more than the other. Right now, it's not even really pain that I feel unless I accidentally hit it too hard. It's just the uncomfortable feeling of my fingers never being straight. If I think about it too much, I start to panic. So, yeah, my fingers just don't go straight, which is hard sometimes. Okay. I'm actually on round 3. Double crochet 3 together in spaces before and after. Okay. I really want to go yarn shopping. I know I'm not going to have enough yarn to repeat all of these rows again. I really don't. So I may have to go rebuy yarn. But I don't want to drive to the yarn store because all of the yarn stores are not like super close to me. And the one that is closest to me is one that I'm too scared to go in by myself because there has been a guy harassing women in there for like a month now, and like the cops and the workers aren't doing anything about it because he's not doing anything illegal other than just stalking women throughout the store all day. So I'm too scared to go there. And then I could drive to Michael's, but Michael's doesn't have good yarn sales. Like Joann's and Hobby Lobby, they have like really good yarn sales. I feel like Michael's like never has yarn sales. Hi Psycho Chick, how are you? I get it, vet med destroys my mental health. I thought it was what I wanted to do, but after a few years, I am so done. The money is trash, the burnout is real, the clients are awful. Get it. Absolutely, that's exactly why I left. The money is trash. Okay, I have to blow my nose. Ugh, so I'm going to mute myself really quick so I can blow my nose. Okay, sorry guys. Every time I blow my nose, blood comes out. TMI, but I really don't know what's wrong with me. Hopefully it stops. I don't need anything else health-wise wrong with me right now. Honestly, just take me out at this point. Yeah, vet med, that's why I always warn people. I mean, some people love it, don't get me wrong. Like, some people, like, it's their, like, absolute passion. They will love it till the day they die, and I really commend them for being that way because it could not be me. But most people I talk to in vet med are just absolutely burnt out. They're poor, they can't afford to live. It's my very first live of yours. Welcome in. New to the live streams, but been subscribed for a while. Been on your crochet train lately. Been watching videos in the background. Thank you, Sky. My next video is going to be this crochet video, so hopefully it comes out tomorrow. I really have missed making crochet videos. I'm also filming a Woobles video right now too, where Woobles teaches me how to crochet left-handed. So I've been filming that as well. Maybe a capillary in your nose bloom mostly happens when you have a dry nose, but for you it can happen. See, I started getting sick when my AC went out, so I'm thinking I got sick from the like drastic temperature change that I was living in for a couple of days. So I went from, you know, living in like high 60s, low 70s in my house to it being like really hot in my house and then having to sleep in it and then going back. I think the temperature change like triggered me because like I have thyroid disease now, which I've learned is a type of like being immunocompromised, so you can get sick a lot easier than if you know, were normal. So I've noticed that since I got diagnosed with thyroid disease, I get sick like once a month, which I never experienced my entire life. I've been so healthy my entire life, and then now I'm sick like literally all the time. I'm like, it sucks. It's like I literally like never got sick as a kid. Like if I got sick, it was like once a year, and it was maybe, and I would usually get bronchitis. I don't even know if I would consider vet med boring. I definitely wasn't bored by it because I was so like tired and exhausted all of the time. Like there was a different emergency or thing that you had to deal with every single day. So I personally wouldn't consider it boring, but it was definitely like monotonous. Like, I would consider the job I have now, like, quote unquote, boring. Because I'm just, like, sitting at a desk all day. But I'd rather have a boring job than, like, be overworked and miserable all the time. I've never had a fever blister before, knock on wood. I definitely do not want that. Oh, going to a book festival in my city and there's a raffle to win an American Girl doll. Ooh, do you know which American Girl doll it is? That's like my two favorite things, books and American Girl. I would live for that book festival. That's like a really good thing to raffle off because those dolls are so expensive. For my birthday this year, I wanted to take like a weekend trip to go to the American Girl store in Nashville. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it now. Because the hotel will be like $200, I think. Then of course I would have to have enough money to buy a doll at the American Girl store, which is like $100. So we'll see. I would probably have to pre-book the hotel in advance because the hotel I want to book is the one that partners with American Girl, and they like give your American Girl doll like a bed and like a little teacup and a robe and everything. Beanie. Okay. And it's a little bit more expensive to do that. I think you have to pay like $50 extra or something to have the American Girl doll experience, but I never got to experience it as a kid. And also, Claudine is like, and also, the American Girl doll store in Georgia closed down, I think during COVID. So I was never really able to experience that. So I really want to experience it. I love American Girl. I don't know if you guys can see them up here. These are the ones up here that I have restored. All of my American Girl dolls, except for two of them. So these two at the end right here, this one was a birthday present from my sister last year, and this one I bought during the Christmas sale. And then the rest of them are ones that I got used off of like eBay and Mercari for like 15 to 20 bucks, and then I just restored them and made them look pretty. So all of those have been restored, and then I have like 6 or 7 of them in storage right now that still need to be restored, but I haven't done it yet because I hurt my hand. But I have a lot of them to restore, which I do have a doll channel. You guys didn't know that. I have a doll channel. Sorry, Claudine is like trying to pull the yarn. Okay. I have an American Girl doll channel. It's called AG Actually, and I restore and do doll hauls on there. I haven't made a video in a while. I actually have a Blythe doll video that I filmed a couple months ago that I never uploaded, which that's probably something that I could upload maybe this weekend too. I'll link my doll channel for you guys if you want to subscribe. But I make doll restoration videos on that channel for fun, and it actually got monetized recently too, which is pretty cool. I make like 30 bucks on it, but you know what? Why wouldn't it let me comment? I actually have no idea. I'll find it in like an hour. Let me know. I'm excited. I hope you win. Been living with, I'm assuming thyroid disease as well, and it sucks. Yeah, thyroid disease does suck. I mean, it could be worse, but it's not fun. I have hypothyroidism, which means mine's not working properly. So I can gain weight very easily. I'm like always hungry. I'm always tired. like my thyroid just does not work. So I have to take medicine to make it work. So that's why I have not been able to lose weight for like years now. And I thought it was my birth control, which honestly, I think it was also my birth control contributing to that. But I could eat healthy and work out, drink like a gallon of water a day, and be as like the healthiest person ever, and I still would gain weight. Like I could not lose weight. And as soon as I started taking my thyroid pills, I like lost 30 pounds. It's like, well, now I know why like I could not lose weight. Your restoration process is crazy. Looks great. Thank you. I'm actually really proud of my restorations that I do on my dolls. I really like putting my own touch on them. And like my parents couldn't afford the dolls when I was a kid, which is, you know, totally fair because now they're like $120. And I don't think they've actually inflated their doll prices very much, which actually surprises me. But they were like $100 when I was a kid. So totally get why my parents wouldn't want to pay for them. Also, why would I pay $100 for a kid to destroy a doll? I wouldn't. I would just get them, like if I had a kid, I would just buy them the like Target ones that are like 20 bucks. All of the cats are like licking my legs right now. I don't know what they want. They have food. Why they just licked my leg? I just got my wisdom teeth pulled on Wednesday and it's not a happy time right now. Can't eat the way I want to. I never had a bad experience when I got my wisdom teeth pulled. Like I don't remember it. Like I remember bleeding for like a day or two and then I felt fine. I think I just got really lucky with my experience. And I also didn't get drugged like super heavily either. Like I remember it. Wisdom teeth suck. And you have to like just clean really well and be really careful because like you get dry socket or if it gets infected, like you get really, really sick. So just make sure to take care of it. Make sure the music is playing. Yeah, dry socket sounds terrifying, honestly. It was very painful. I have physical therapy in the morning too, which I don't really want to go to because it's at 9 in the morning and I don't feel good. Backwards back there. He's like, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? Music is loud. Yeah, the pain of them growing in is not the best, for sure. The bigger this blanket gets, the more unmotivated I get to finish it because it takes so long just to do one row. Like, I feel like I'm going pretty fast, but it takes so long. Like, that's all I've done. It's just this corner. And I've been streaming for 34 minutes. Yeah, I'm actually going pretty fast. I feel like I'm at like the same speed that I was when I was... I don't know what they're barking at. Hey! Hey! Stop! Stop! Literally barking at nothing. There's nothing at the door. Literally nothing. No people. No sounds. They just bark at fucking nothing. You're barking for no reason. Yeah. But you heard the dishwasher and that's why you started barking. They'll like hear me. Like if I make like a little knocking noise or I'm just like, say I'm in the bathroom and I like flush the toilet and they're in the living room, they start barking. Like they just bark at literally everything. And they weren't like this like when they were puppies. When I lived in my apartment, like there were people, you could hear people all the time. Because, you know, in apartments you can hear like all of your neighbors. I mean, you're surrounded by like hundreds of people. They never barked, ever. They did not bark at all. And then when I moved into my first house, they started getting like really territorial over the backyard. So like any neighbor they would see, they would bark and go crazy. And now they do it here too. And they bark at everything now. I don't know like what made them flip the switch like that. But they literally bark at everything. And now they're just laying back down. Like what? What was the point? Do I like my glove? Yes. I feel if you've been getting pain in your hands, then you really should look into getting compression gloves for your health. Because if you're a big crocheter or a person who does a lot of crafts, when you get older, you will get arthritis. You will have pain in your hand. Wearing compression gloves will help prevent those pain issues in the future. It actually helps my pain so much. Like if I just wear the ring and I don't wear the gloves, it still kind of hurts my hand a little bit. The joys of owning dogs, I know. Having nice doctors and surgeons is definitely a game changer. A lot of doctors suck. I got so lucky with my the doctors that did my hand surgery. Well, the doctor, she like truly is like so personable and she really cares. Like she's like, I'll give you my phone number. Like if you're in pain and you need to text me, text me. And I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna personally text my doctor. I'll message you on my chart because that's professional. But she texts my physical therapist to make sure that my physical therapist is like doing the right hand exercises for me and like doing the right things for me. Like she genuinely really cares. And she said the fact that she had to do a second surgery on me, she was so upset with herself because she said that she never has to go back and fix something that she's done before. She's been like doing hand surgery for like 15, 20 years or something. And she was like, this is like the third or fourth time I've ever had to go back and fix somebody's hand. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Of course it was me, right? Like, but she was like, I felt so terrible. She was like, we're gonna get this done. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, she genuinely was like very upset about the fact that like her first surgery was not successful with my hand. And honestly, my injury was very complicated, so I wasn't really mad at her, you know? But she's awesome. She really is cool. But I've had some terrible doctors, so I know how it is. I can pretty much use my middle finger now without having too much pain. I don't have pain like bending my fingers. Like if I bend them, this does not hurt. Going back with my fingers, like when the physical therapist tries to stretch them back, that's when it hurts because they're curved. So when he tries to straighten them and pull them back, that's when it really freaking hurts. What's my favorite hobby other than crocheting? I'm sorry. Probably reading. Because, you know, reading's pretty easy. You just pick up a book and read. Craft-wise, probably diamond painting. But diamond painting takes a lot of tools and space. That's why I'm always reluctant to diamond paint over any other hobby because it just takes so long to set everything up, and I also have to sit at a desk to do my diamond painting. I suddenly forgot every other hobby that I do, so am I reading right now? Well, I'm kind of like in a slump, like not completely in one, so I'm not reading that much, but I'm reading or listening to the audiobook for The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and then I'm reading Famine by Laura Thalassa and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. And then I'm reading some webtoons every week as well. So I read like Mafia Nanny, Love for a Walk, Lover Sex is one. Very unfortunate title, but yeah, these are the three webtoons that I'm reading right now. So I've caught up on those. Apparently I have a Fast Pass episode of the Mafia Nanny, so I need to read that. I love romance webtoons. They really just make me, they give me like stomach flutters when I read them. Like the romances are always so good. One of my favorite books. Which one? I'm starting to get dizzy. I took some medicine before I went live so I wouldn't feel like crap, but my head hurt. Drink some water. It's super cloudy outside, but it's not supposed to rain. No complaints though, because I'd rather it be cloudy than like, I mean, it's still super hot outside, but like the sun beaming down on my backyard, it makes it so hot. The Way of Kings. Yeah, I'm only reading that because it's my coworker's like favorite book series of all time. She loves it so much and she's reread it like multiple times. And when I told her like, hey, I want to get into like epic fantasy, she was like, okay, you need to read The Way of Kings. So I was like, okay. And then I bought the book and then I was like, this is gigantic. This is 1,000 pages. I like mentally cannot read this entire book physically. So I found the audiobook, the graphic audio, and I'm listening to the audiobook for it, but I've only listened to like half of the first chapter and I'm like kind of in a slump right now. So I don't even really know what's going on other than like, there's this guy who has like powers that he's not supposed to have and he's like a prisoner, but then he throws this like stormlight at people who are trying to kill him, and then there's like this brotherhood of guys or something in the prologue. I don't really know. Fantasy books are just it takes you a little while before you actually understand what's happening, I feel like. My favorite book besides Hush Hush. Well, do you want it to be young adult or adult? Because I kind of categorize my favorite books by like genre. I love the Twilight movies like so much. I love Twilight, but like the books are bad. They're written so bad. They're so bad. Like I tried to reread Twilight like as an adult, and I was like, oh god, like this is terrible. Like I DNF'd it. I was like, I can't do it. Okay, so another favorite of mine is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. That is an adult paranormal romance. It's a Dracula retelling, and it's written in like the journal of Dracula's wife. And this isn't a spoiler because it's literally like on the back of the book, but it's written in her journal about like what leads up to her murdering him. And there's like a poly relationship, like it's all of Dracula's like husbands and wives together, like how one by one like more keep getting added, and really good. It's written very like poetically. S.T. Gibson has like the best poetic writing, and it's spooky. It's so good. I don't even know if I would really consider it a romance because it is like an abusive relationship, but it's definitely like a paranormal vampire book. I gotta blow my nose again, guys. Let me just mute you real quick. Let me mute my microphone. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Oh my god. Do you guys prefer seeing my face or do you mind like seeing this? I should have plugged my other webcam in so I can do like a face and my hands, but I honestly don't even know where my other webcam is. I feel like it's in a box somewhere still. And then another young adult favorite of mine I mean, I always say the Fallen series by Lauren Kate, Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins. Oh my god, why can I not breathe? Oh my god. Let me drink some more water. Sorry, guys. $40 for a ball of yarn? That's crazy. The Wings of Fire. The Wings of Fire series is one of the most popular series at the library. I think it was like #1 last year of like most checked out books. Thanks, guys. Other young adult. I have to go look back at my collection. Oh, the Beautiful series by Renee Audier, if you like vampires. That's a historical paranormal romance, so it's vampires in 1800s New Orleans. So good. So good. I still haven't read the last book. The publisher actually sent me the last book for free, and I still have not read it yet. I kind of don't want it to end. I do that with like a lot of series. Like, I've reread Hush Hush like 4 times, and like the last reread that I just did, I didn't read the 4th book because I didn't want it to end again. Even though I've read it so many times. Oh wait, that needs to be a crochet 3 together. Oh, my nose hurts. Oh, I have nose spray. Oh. I forgot I had nose spray. I feel like I should go get it. I have this nose spray that one of you guys recommended to me when I was sick last time, and that shit worked so good to clear my sinuses. I felt so much better afterwards. Like, but I almost felt like I was like overdosing on it because I feel like I was using like a lot of it, and you're not supposed to. Like Afrin, I think it's what it's called. Will you do more videos on your house? I mean, there's not much more that I can do at the moment. I don't have any other decoration videos that I'm doing. I haven't bought anything for the house, so I mean, maybe I'll do like a decorating for Halloween video or something, but that's pretty much it, I think. I mean, there's only so many videos I can do on my house. I feel like I did quite a lot of them, so. I really want to crochet a Coraline doll as one of the next projects. I need to show you my Coraline doll that I made. I didn't crochet it, but I made it out of clay. I'll go get her in a second. I did it a couple years ago, and I love her. I'm gonna go grab my Coraline doll that I made. Here. Oh. Um, Never mind, gang. She has disappeared. Wait, where the heck could she even be? I swear she was sitting on my Coraline book, but she's gone. I don't think I would have packed her in a different box somewhere. That's the thing. What the heck? What the heck? I don't know where she is. Mom, I'm scared. Well, I'll show a picture of her. I don't know where she is, genuinely. She normally sits on my Coraline book on my bookshelf. The only thing I can think of is that she's still packed away in a box somewhere, but I have no idea where, though, because she would have been in a book box, and I've unpacked all my book boxes. That's very strange, isn't it? She has escaped. I don't know where she went. Okay, I'll show you a picture of her. I took this picture. Okay, well. Okay, I took this picture from my Instagram right here. It's hard to see because it's like over saturated or whatever. But I made her face. Let me turn the brightness down, maybe. I made her face out of clay, and then I baked her, and then the rest of her body is wire, and then I used fabric to sew her body, and then I sewed some clothes, and then I used yarn to glue onto her head. I want to remake one. But yeah. I also took this picture when I first made her with the Coraline book and all my other dolls. Now that I think about it, I don't know where these dolls are either. They must be packed in the garage still in a box because I don't know where those two girls are either. Huh. I really forgot about them. I need to go look for them. I don't have very many boxes left in the garage though. That's so strange. I don't know what happened to them, but I love creepy dolls. I really do. I would never like go out of my way to buy somebody's like used creepy doll because 9 times out of 10 they're fucking haunted, and I don't want that in my life. It may seem like that's something I want in my life. That I definitely don't. But people's handmade dolls or hand making my own creepy doll, I'm totally for it. Those other creepy dolls that I showed you in the photo, I actually got from a seller in, I believe, the Ukraine. She hand makes like those like rag dolls, and they sell really quickly, and they're very expensive. And I was able to buy 2 of them back in like 2019, 2020. And I got lucky and was able to snag some of them. So I really love those dolls because they're completely handmade. Now I'm like out of breath from walking like 10 steps over. Yeah, I replicated her after when I had orange and black hair. I had orange and black split dye hair Halloween of 2020. So at the time she looked exactly like me, but I changed my hair color so much that it's never really gonna be exactly like me, but just watch for mysterious looking doors in your new house. No, seriously. I would live for that, honestly. I also follow some creators. I'm actually mutuals with Soul Mori. She doesn't make videos anymore. I know she has like a lot of mental health issues, which, you know, adding on like 100 spirits around her at all times probably doesn't help her mental health at all. But I'm mutuals with her, and I actually have like some of her art prints and clothing pieces. Because not to be that person, but I actually followed her before she got famous for her haunted dolls. I actually followed her because of her art, and then she blew up on TikTok because of her haunted dolls. So like, I was here first, and I really like her. She disappeared, so I hope she's doing okay. Oh, Nikki and Isabel. I have Nikki. I do not have Isabel. I really do want Isabel though. Those are good dolls to raffle off. They really are, because they're very Y2K girlies. I mean, they're literally the 90s dolls, so. Yeah, I would also be too scared to have haunted dolls in my house. Because, like, I already have enough mental health issues. Like, I don't really need to, like, go to sleep and have dreams of, like, how these spirits died. Like, I just could not deal with that. Because that's usually how these, like, people, like, figure out that their dolls are haunted, because their dolls, like, start coming to them in dreams, and, like, telling them what happened to them when they were alive and stuff. And, like, I just don't think I could mentally do that. And then, like, she had that one doll that looked like, the Annabelle doll, like the original Annabelle, the one that's like the Raggedy Ann doll. She got one. And it ended up being, like, evil as hell, just like actually Annabelle. So she had to, like, lock it up in this box full of, like, holy water, and then she had to go to, like, a priest and get it, like, blessed and stuff. And, like, the spirit was so strong that it would, like, open the box and, like, escape at night. So she had to do, like, so many of these different types of, like, rituals and stuff with, like, actual priests to, like, dim the demon that was inside of it. You know, I really don't think that it was fake, because she seems like a genuine person, or she's just a really good actress, but, like, that's scary. A haunted stuffed bear when I was young? Oh my gosh. Scary. I had a lot of paranormal experiences as a kid, because, you know, as a kid, you're very, like, in tune with that type of stuff. My zodiac sign, I am a Libra sun, Virgo rising, Sagittarius moon. Like, the church I grew up in was extremely haunted. They had, like, a seance or something in, like, the trailers where they, like, prayed the demons away, and apparently it worked. You know, I don't know if they were telling the truth or not. I was just a kid, but my Grammy is, like, very, like, she could see spirits. My grandmother is very, very, like, in tune with the other side. She really is. And, she, like, knows when a place is haunted. Like, she can feel it. So she was, like, she was part of the seance at the church I grew up in. And after they did it, she said that they disappeared. But I remember, like, the church was basically just, like, one building, and then they built these, like, trailers beside the building to be, like, a daycare for parents to bring their kids during the week and stuff. So the trailers would be for the daycare. And there was a basement in the church, and the basement was, like, the nursery and, like, the kids' rooms. And then it was also, like, a big, like, dining hall room. I feel like every church has, like, a dining hall area where, like, people will go to eat meals and stuff. And the basement, like, the whole building was super haunted, but the basement was, like, very haunted. And as a kid, we would all there was a bathroom downstairs, and as a kid, we would all take turns going into the bathroom and like scaring ourselves. Like we would be like, it's your turn, and we would like go in the bathroom and be like, Bloody Mary, and we would like say it into the mirror. And you guys know, like, Bloody Mary as a kid, no ma'am, no ma'am. But that building was actually haunted, so like we would say it in the bathroom and like crazy stuff would start happening. And then we would like run through the rooms and stuff, and like the little baby nursery, like the rocking chair would rock by itself all the time. I remember seeing like a really old lady sitting in the rocking chair, but it actually wasn't an old lady, it was a ghost. And then when I said something to my parents, they were like, oh, sweetie, that was not a real person. And I'm like, that was definitely a real person because it looked real to me. And then like the children's toys would go off all of the time. Like they would always be singing and stuff when nobody else was down there. And I was actually like really scared as a kid to be in the basement, but my parents worked for the church like growing up. So they would do like the bulletins and stuff to prepare for like the service the next day. So me and my sister always had to go hang out at the church at night and by ourselves. So we would see and hear a lot of really, really creepy stuff. Like me and my sister would not go in the basement by ourselves when we were there alone because we were too scared to be down there. It was so haunted. That was probably one of the most haunted buildings I have ever been in my life. And I've been in some haunted buildings. If you guys have any haunted house stories or haunted stories, I would love to hear them, honestly, because I love reading about people's like haunted experiences. I find it like so fun. I don't know why. I don't like experiencing it, but I like reading about it. Do I watch Ghost Adventures? I watch it as like a meme. It's very unserious. You one time saw a little girl. Was it a real little girl, or was it like definitely not a real little girl? But yeah, apparently in the church, like according to my grandmother, like the trailer was also haunted, and there was like a demon. According to my grandmother, there was a demon in the trailers. Like there was normal spirits in the actual church, but the trailers had the demon. And that's where all of the kids would hang out. So like all of the kids would be terrified to go to daycare every single day. So that's why they did the seance in the trailer instead of the main church and prayed away the demon. And apparently, according to my grandmother, it worked. I don't know. But the church was like super old. I honestly don't even think, I'm actually gonna look it up because I don't even know if the church is still up anymore. I feel like they demolished it. Yeah, it's permanently closed. They knocked it down. Okay. Yeah. I knew that it wasn't. It wasn't a church anymore. I wish I could show you guys the pictures, but I don't want to expose like where. Actually, this is not even close to where I live. But oh, it's called something else now. Interesting. It has a new name, and they turned it into a really big church. Oh, I wonder if that one's haunted too. Interesting. I wish I could show you guys, but here, I'll actually, I'll show you what it looks like now. That's what it looks like now, but that's been like renovated, and that's like, it looks big now. Like the one that I grew up in, which I'll try to see if I can find the old picture. It looked way older than that. Let me find an old picture. Let me see if I can find. I really wish there was an old picture. Figured there would be. I want to see if I can find a picture of the inside so you guys can kind of imagine like what I'm talking about. I want to show you guys like pictures of it so you can just see how creepy it looked. But the church is not even a church anymore. There's one review left of the daycare. Let me see if I can. That's what it looked like outside of the daycare. So like, as you could see, like, there's like the trailers that were super haunted, and then there was like the playground of the daycare. Okay, let me see if I could find a picture of the outside though, because that's just a review picture. And now the new picture is like of a new church apparently. But I still don't. Oh, there's the trailers though. No, this is like a yassified version of the church I grew up in. This is not what it looks like anymore. Sorry, I'll read you guys' comments in a second. I'm actually very, I really want you guys to see how creepy the outside of the church was, but the website's gone. Permanently closed. Let me see if their Facebook page has old photos. Oh. Interesting. In 2010, their Facebook has the old logo. Now I want to see if I can find a photo. Oh. I honestly might see some old photos of myself as a kid, which is going to be really freaking weird. Wait, this is making me feel weird. This is making me feel weird. Okay. I have not looked at pictures of this church since I was like a little. This is the church I grew up in as like a little kid, and then when I got into middle school, we went to a different church, and that's the one I had a lot of like bad experiences with. I didn't have any bad experiences at this church other than it being haunted because I was also a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on. And looking at all of these old photos, I need to see if I'm in any of these because oh my god. I might have been too young to be in any of these photos. This is crazy. Okay. If anything, I might be able to find pictures of the inside of it. Okay. Well, no, this is still kind of yassified, but this was in 2012. So you could see that it kind of has that like old Southern Baptist church vibes to it. But that's kind of like the front of the building though. It has like the old wooden doors that are really, really heavy. I remember as a kid, like not being able to open the doors because they were way too heavy for my little arms. And as soon as you would like let go of the door, it would slam closed really quick because it was really heavy. But even though it was really heavy, it would shake. The doors would shake all the time. And I would always be like, why are they shaking? I literally see pictures of my parents. Oh, this is so weird. I just want you guys to be able to see, like, Okay, here is what the pulpit looked like when it was decorated for what I'm assuming was Vacation Bible School. So like you could just see, like it's a really little stage. So it was a really small church, but it was also like super haunted. But that's what like the pulpit looked like as it was decorated. But that big cross was always in the middle. Like that big cross like never moved. It was always there, and they would just like decorate it all the time. Here, okay, we're getting somewhere. Here's a picture of the dining hall that I was just talking about. So we're kind of showing some people, which whatever. This was the dining hall. That was the little kitchen that my grandparents would cook in because they would like prepare meals for the breakfast the next day. And then this way, off camera, there was a hallway. So there's a hallway right here, and then there was a hallway here. And the hallway here had the bathroom and the nursery, which was like super, super scary, creepy, and haunted. So as you could tell, the dining area was like a really small room in the basement. That's a basement. It looked a lot creepier. This was actually a picture from 2015. It looked a lot creepier when I was a kid because there was wooden floors and stuff. They must have renovated it. But you guys can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about with like how small and like just creepy the place looks. Okay, here's a picture of the trailers that had the demon. So like this, if you're standing at the front door, you'll see the trailers here. And these were the trailers that were super, super haunted. And you could kind of just like tell by the pictures, like something's like a little off, like it's creepy. Trying to see if there was a room of the... Oh. This is making me feel weird because I was like really little. Here's one of the haunted rooms. It's just a wall of a haunted room. But like the coloring and everything. Also, one of those guys in the pictures I went to high school with, which I just realized. Sorry, dude. I just exposed you, but I'm not gonna say his name, but I went to high school with him. Okay, I don't have any other pictures, but like you kind of get the idea. It was really creepy church. And that was like probably the most haunted place that I've ever experienced. And then also my grandma's old house was really haunted as well. So glad she does not live there anymore. It's the house that like I grew up in with her. Like we would go there every weekend, and that house was very creepy. Hi, Jungle Rescues. I don't know if I said hi already. Hi, Hales. When my son was about 4, he had an imaginary friend called Bonnie. Find Nights at Freddy's? He started to make strange breathing noises, and he said that's how Bonnie sounded. Then he went on to tell me how she passed away. Ah, that's so creepy. I'd be like, okay, Bonnie's gone immediately. We are moving. We are packing our bags. We are leaving. See, if I had a kid and they were like, oh yeah, my imaginary friend Bonnie, I'd be like, who are you talking about? I was living with my parents. I remember waking up to heavy feet dragging in the attic, and then after that I heard a knock on the window and got scared and started crying. That sounds so scary. Was scary coming from my 4-year-old. Now when we hear bumps in the house, we say hello to Bonnie. You know what? That's pretty cute. Like, I know a lot of spirits are not malicious in any way. But, you know, I'd rather not feel like I'm being watched all the time. But yeah, my grandma's house growing up, she always said it wasn't haunted. It was haunted. It was a really old house. Actually, my family has a lot of haunted houses. I feel like in the South, like a lot of houses are just haunted because a lot of bad things happen in the South, you know? So like a lot of just like, it feels like everyone is very like unrested here. Especially like in the really southern areas. But she also had like a downstairs basement area, and I would not go down there by myself. And also there was one bedroom, which was actually our playroom when I was a kid. So my grandma had a playroom where we would, you know, watch all of our VHSs and our movies and toys and books. Like, that's the room that we played in. I would only go in there if my grandma was in there. I would not go in there by myself. And if me and my sister were not in that room, we would have the door closed because I was too scared to walk by the room. Like, there was 2 rooms at the end of the hallway. There was a room with like twin beds, and I remember this house so vividly because it's the house I grew up in with her, but it's also like the house that creeped me out so badly, even when I was like an older kid, because she moved when I was like in middle or high school. So I was going there till I was like 13, and even when I was like 13, I did not like to go in there. So there was a room at the end of the hallway that had like 2 twin beds. And it was a really big room, and we had like a dollhouse and stuff in there. Did not go in there by myself. And then the room before it was our playroom, which was a lot smaller. And that room was haunted, for sure. It was haunted. I was too scared. Me and my sister would not go in there in those 2 rooms by ourselves. And then we had the bedroom that me and my sister would sleep in. And that room sometimes felt creepy to me, but that was actually my safe space room in her house. So that room was like painted pink, and there was like pink bed sheets and pink butterflies. Like, my grandma made it look very like cutesy, girly, pink, bright, because I think she knew that we were like scared of the rest of the house. So like our bedroom was like the one bedroom in the house that I felt safe in. So if my grandma like went out for a little bit, or like she wasn't with us, me and my sister would stay in that bedroom, and we would do everything in there because that was like our safe space. And if I had to leave that bedroom, I would run down the hallway really fast and like go to the kitchen because I felt safe in the kitchen, but I didn't feel safe anywhere else in her house. Like, I don't know. It was so weird. I gotta blow my nose again. Okay. Yeah, I've been talking too much, so my throat's hurting. So yeah, my grandma's house was definitely haunted, and then my great grandmother's house, her house was actually in Alabama. She died when she was like 105 or something. She was like super old when she died. But she lived in a house in Alabama, and it was like deep into like the deep parts of Alabama. Like, there was no stores within like an hour away from where my great grandmother lived. And she just lived tucked into the woods, and she lived in this really old house that was built in like 1910 or something. Super old house. It was all wood. It was on a lake. And the whole family basically lived on like a little commune in the area. So it was like her house, and then like the sons and daughters built like houses around her house, and then there was like a lake. And we would go there every year for a family reunion until she died. And I also vividly remember everything about that house because like I was a kid and it scared me. So I just like memorized everything about it. But my great grandfather, he died when I was really young. Like, I don't remember anything about him, honestly. According to my mom, like, me and my sister loved him. I honestly don't know. I have a couple pictures with him as a kid. I don't remember him though. He died when I was really young, and he definitely haunted that house. I remember walking into one of the bedrooms in the back of the house, and like, you know, houses built in like the 1900, like the early 1900s, they're usually just ranches and they're really small. So the house was tiny. I mean, it was smaller than the house that I live in now. It was really small, and it had like a big wraparound porch outside and everything. It was honestly really pretty, but it felt like it was going to fall apart at any second. Like, it was so old. But I remember as a kid, like, walking around her house at a family reunion, and I remember like looking into his bedroom. So it was the bedroom that he always slept in when he was alive, and I remember seeing him laying in the bed, but he was dead, right? So I went to my mom and I was like, Grandpa's laying in the bed. And she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, Grandpa, like, he's laying in the bed. He's sleeping right now. And she's like, Alyssa, like, he's dead. Like, he's not alive. And then when I like went back to look in the bedroom, he was not there. Like, I remember the blankets being like up. Like, it looked like a body was laying in the bed. But nobody was in that room. Like, nobody lived in that room after he died. Like, he was not there. But I still remember it. Like, I still remember what he looked like laying in the bed. Like, his mouth was slightly open a little bit. He was, like, really gray looking. Like, I remember him laying in the bed. Like, still to this day, I remember exactly, like, the details of the room. I remember how it smelled. I remember how it felt. I remember everything about it. But he was dead, and it wasn't him. Or it was his ghost, and he was just taking a nice little nap in the bed for eternity, and I just ended up seeing him or something. I don't know. But I was too scared to go to those bedrooms when I grew up. So, like, when I got older, I would pretty much only stay outside during the family reunions and like walk around the lake, or I would jump on the trampoline outside until the family reunion was over, and then I would go home because I was too scared to go inside of the house. So yeah, I have a lot of like haunted houses in the family, but I've never lived in one. Hello, I love anything spooky. We had a building near me where a nun was bricked up in the walls for having an affair with a monk. Bricked up in the walls is crazy. Really just wanted to have a fun, goofy time. In the wall? She was still alive? That is so sad. Girl just wanted to have a little fun. Hi, Romina. How are you? But I live in a house where, you know, somebody was murdered there. I don't know. That's hard for me to say, honestly. Let me know what you guys think. Because if you think about it, we're all pretty much living on graves right now. Like, this earth has been around for so long that there's no way there's not one spot where we have our house or we are walking that there's probably not some type of grave underneath us, especially here. So not every person that dies or gets murdered comes back as a spirit. And not every spirit, like, haunts people. You know, there could be spirits in my house right now and I don't even know. Like, they could just be chilling, like, wanting to talk to you guys on live right now, and I wouldn't know. So, like, if they hadn't been murdered, like, a couple weeks beforehand, would I want to buy a house after that? Absolutely not. But if somebody was murdered in, like, the 20s or 30s in the house, and the house has been, like, renovated and cleaned up and it looks okay, then I probably wouldn't mind. But it just depends on the situation, I think. I would have to sage the house and bring in positive energy. Yeah, definitely. Like, I saged this house too. Like, every place that I move into, I cleanse it for sure. Hi, Jillian. Gillian. Oh my god, I say your name wrong every time. I'm so sorry. Jillian. Gillian. I need to just start, like, I need to write it on a sticky note and put it on my fucking computer at this point. Because I hate saying it wrong. Any tips on how to deal with loss or grief? That's a great question. I don't have an answer for you. I'm still trying to figure that one out myself. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, time, everybody says, it's very cliche, time is the best medicine, but time really is the best medicine. Can you remind me how to pronounce it? Is it Gillian? Like or Jill? Gillian. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down. To be fair, I haven't gone live much in a really long time, so. But yeah, I feel like time is the best medicine when it comes to grief. Truly, I don't know what else to say other than that. And even then, you know, sometimes it can be rough. Gelato, so Jillian. Soft G, like giraffe. Jillian. 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 I'm writing that down. I'm not even joking. I'm writing it down. Yeah, same, Sophie. Like, my pawpaw died in 2020, and like, sometimes the grief feels the same, like, today as it did when it happened 4 years ago. There's no expiration date or time period to grief. Like, it just can happen at any time. I would have to say too, though, like, therapy is a good start as well. Like, I know therapy's not cheap. You know, I'm starting therapy next week, so like, I totally get it. But if, you know, time is not helping, I really do recommend therapy, because sometimes it is best to talk about your grief and your feelings out loud, or possibly get medication for it, because if you grieve too hard, you could actually literally grieve yourself to death, and that is never okay. Like, even though the person is dead, you still have to keep living. Make you a star blanket too right now. Awesome. I I feel like a lot of people are doing the Star Blanket Challenge right now. I think it's going viral. And like, if you're too scared to go to a therapist as well, a lot of therapists do online only. So that is also something that you could look into. Like, I made a psychiatrist appointment next week and I'm doing it online because I don't like doing therapy in person. It just makes me uncomfortable. So my psychiatrist is online, like she's virtual. She's also like local to me. So like if I wanted to end up going in person after feeling more comfortable with her, I could. But there's a lot of virtual options for doctors now. Like you could even do a doctor's appointment virtually now. So, you know, you don't always have to go in person either. Have you ever tried the game The House in Fata Morgana? No, what kind of game is that? Like, is it on your phone? Yeah, don't lose hope after having one bad therapist or psychiatrist. I know it's hard. You know, you have one bad doctor or one bad therapist, and it could really, really discourage you from not ever trying again. I totally get it. I have been there. But even if you have one terrible therapist, there are 10 others that'll be great for you. You just have to keep looking. You have to keep shopping around. Like, not every person is going to be for you. Like, the therapist that was belittling you might have been great for somebody else. Not everybody's personality and professionalism is going to work well together. Like, that's totally normal, unfortunately. So don't let it discourage you. Just keep looking, because not every therapist sucks. It looks like Vampire Night. On Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Microsoft. PlayStation Vita? I have a PS Vita. It's giving Vampire Night energy. How much is it? Oh, it came out in 2012. $45. Not terrible. I'll look into it. I haven't been playing games much because it hurts to hold a controller and like press buttons and stuff right now. It took me a little while to get used to the tension ring. Make sure that you're putting it on your finger correctly. I can see if I could show you. Let me zoom in and see if I could show you. Okay. So, here it is. So make sure that like it's coming from your crocheted project like this, and make sure to like, I don't know if you have the same ring as me, but make sure to wrap it in the top loop and then come under and go under the bottom one, and then make sure that my fingers are holding the yarn too. And it keeps your tension really tight because your fingers are like holding it. As you can see how tight my tension is, because I'm holding it very tightly, and I keep my finger as close to the project as possible to keep the tension really tight. Because if you keep your finger all the way out here, your tension is going to be really loose like this. So make sure you always keep it like this. Thank you, Miss Glow's Crochet Creations, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Hope that helped a little bit. I know every tension ring looks slightly different, but Like, even this tension ring comes off all of the time. I've never seen one tension ring that has, like, great reviews, so they're not very great. But, like, for me, it's been great because of my disability. But if I still had my normal hand function, I would not be using it. That's for sure. Power Wash Simulator? No, honestly, games like that are actually so fun. Like the cutting grass ones, Cutting Grass Simulator. Like, I don't want to cut my real grass, but like doing it in game is really fun. I really need to cut my own grass. It's so hot. Like, who wants to cut the grass when it's 95 degrees outside? Not me. Like, if I do it this afternoon, which I don't think I will because I feel like crap, I'm gonna have to do it like right before the sun sets. So like at like 7:30 tonight. Actually, the sun doesn't even set till like 8:30. But my yard is like so big in my new house. That's the only thing I hate about my new house is that the yard is tight. Love how the blanket looks so far. Thank you. I'm actually pretty proud of it too. Like, I was fairly surprised by how quickly it worked up. Like, this is just a week. 1 week. Like, one more week and this thing would be like a full throw size blanket. Because it covers like the top half of my body right now. Mine is also a cat tension ring. I'm in the UK, so I have fake grass. I don't have to mow it. That's nice. Mine is very real. I do have like a lot of weeds. That was the issue moving into the house, is that the weeds were very bad. Like, and weeds grow quick, right? Like, you could cut your grass and a day later the weeds are already popping up again. So my parents have very nicely been paying for weed control for me because I can't afford it. It's like, I don't know, like $40, $50 a month or more. It might be more than that. I don't know how much they're paying, if I'm being honest. And it's been a lot better now. Like, I can mow my grass like once every 2 to 3 weeks now because the grass is pretty much dying because it was just all weeds. But at my old house, I had to cut it like once a week because it would grow very quickly and it was just really thick grass. But here, since it was all weeds, they're finally now dying. So the grass is not growing super quick now, thankfully. But I still don't know if I have enough strength to push the lawnmower because I have a push lawnmower and I have an electric one and I have a gas one. I can't use the gas one because I'm not strong enough to crank it and I'm not strong enough to push it. The electric one I can turn on by myself, but I'm gonna have to try to push more with one hand or with my palm. So we'll see if I'm gonna be able to do that or not. But depending on how I feel tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not feeling great, so I don't know if I should go to work tomorrow with the way that I'm feeling because I don't want to get anybody sick. I don't know. I truly like hate calling out of work though. Like, my boss is like great and my coworkers like don't care. But like, I feel so guilty when I call out because like I don't want to like leave anybody to like do my job for me. I hate that feeling. I literally hate it so much. Apparently, like, all of these people in the county right now who works for like the libraries, like everybody has been sick. I think there's some type of like illness going around right now, and of course I got it because I get sick very easily. But I wouldn't be surprised if it starts going around to all of my coworkers too. Hello, Miss Glow's Crochet Creations. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I think I like using Streamlabs more because Streamlabs also gives me the live feed too, so if somebody subscribes or donates or anything, I can physically like see it immediately on the screen, whereas on OBS I had to go back and forth between two different screens to see both of them. So I'm really glad that I decided to switch to the Streamlabs streaming thing. Hi, Jennifer. My ears are like pulsing right now. I really want to crochet some Kindle poofs and sell them. That's also what I need to do today too. If you've ordered from my Etsy shop, I promise I have not forgotten about you. I've actually already printed the shipping labels and everything. I have scrunchies I need to make. So actually I'm gonna do that tonight. I have 3 scrunchies, which will take me like 30 minutes, but thank you, Amy, and thank you, Jessica, for ordering from my shop. I really appreciate it. You're the best. You're the best. Thank you very much. I'm doing crochet bags. That's cool. How did I meet my boyfriend? We actually knew each other in school. We went to the same middle school, high school. We had classes together. We never spoke. Like, we sat like very close to each other in many classes. Like, I think senior year we had like 2 or 3 classes together. I don't know. Me and my boyfriend actually have a lot of like weird history and lore with each other that we didn't even know we had. I'll actually talk about it because I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, we went to middle school and high school together, but we had like mutual friends, but we never spoke to each other. And like, I thought he was really cute. Like, I've always thought he was cute. And apparently he thought I was always cute too. But like, we never spoke to each other because like we always, like, I would have a boyfriend or he would have a girlfriend. We just never spoke. I don't know. But it's really funny. Like, I have old Facebook messages like between us from like way back, I think in like middle school. I'll go find them because I think they're really cute. And eventually, like, my boyfriend will probably be in more like YouTube videos and stuff too. But I like keeping our relationship kind of to myself because, you know, I don't like when people, like in my last relationship, I showed him like so much on YouTube that like when we broke up, there was people like messaging him and stuff, and I found it just like really weird, which is like the inevitable happens with that, but I just didn't like it. But like, he messaged me in 2012, which, how old was I in 2012? I don't know. We were like 13, and he said, "What's up?" like on Facebook Messenger. I was like, "Just watching TV. What about you?" And then Okay, so my boyfriend, he has like ADD, right? So like he yaps a lot, but he's also just like, he always just goes off topic all the time. And he was like, I'm just sitting here messing with my little brother. It's really funny. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Have fun. Good night. And I was like, okay, good night. Like, never talked to him. And then he said that, and then he was like, good night. Never spoke to him again after that. Then 2 months later, he messaged me again. Oh God, sorry. My nose is like, I feel like it's about to bleed. And he's like, what's up? And I said, playing Just Dance. What about you? Which is very accurate for the time period. And he said, just playing some games with my little brother. Sorry if I seem weird or creepy. I think you're really pretty. And I said, oh, thank you. He never responded. We never spoke again after that. And then 2 months later, I was kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a bitch. I messaged him because I noticed he was always staring at me at school. A lot. Right? Like a lot. We were in middle school, right? And I said, why do you stare at me at school? Like a lot. And then I put in parentheses, not trying to be mean or anything. Like, I was so mean. He said, I literally hardly ever see you, much less stare. Sorry if you think I do. He was, right? He's lying. And then I said, sorry, just every time I see you, you're looking at me. And he said, I'm really not, but if it looks like I am, sorry, I guess. Like, what kind of conversation was this? And then, yeah, we never, like, spoke again. After that, I kind of just told him he was a weirdo for staring at me, I guess. And then another weird lore is that he actually sent me a picture when I used to react to my subscribers' tattoos on YouTube. He actually sent a picture of one of his tattoos and I reacted to it in that video, not knowing that it was him. So one of his tattoos are literally in my old videos, like when I still lived at my parents' house. There's that lore. And yeah, I guess like we always low-key talked a little bit or like interacted in like weird interactions, but we never tried to date each other or anything like that. I dated his friend. I went on a like one date with his friend when we graduated, and I didn't like his friend. And then that was that. I don't know. This is weird stuff. I don't find it weird meeting people online these days. Like, honestly, like online dating is like pretty normal. Like finding people, like my last boyfriend, even though it was not a great relationship, and I was cheated on a lot, we met on Tinder. Never will do that again. I'm very glad that my current boyfriend is actually somebody that I like knew. But then after me and my ex broke up, I was single for like a year. I went on a couple dates, really bad dates. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay single forever because like dating is stupid. Like the dating in this day and age is just stupid. And then my current boyfriend messaged me on Instagram and he was like, let me take you on a date. And I actually rejected him at first because I was like kind of dating somebody else at the time. And I'm not the type of person who can date multiple people at the same time. Like even if I don't necessarily like the person that I'm going on dates with, I can't date another person. Like I just can't double task that. I don't know how people go on like multiple dates a week. I just can't do that. I was like, no, sorry, like I'm dating someone right now and I just like don't want to do that. And then literally like a week later, I was thinking in my head, I was like, why did I do that? Like, I have thought this guy was like the cutest thing ever since middle school. Why did I say no? So I ended it with the guy that I was dating, and I messaged him and I was like, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. And then we went on a date a couple days later, and then we've been dating since then. And that's that. Not a crazy story, but it is kind of weird, the little bit of lore that we had like growing up that like I did not remember. Yeah, he wants to do a like Fourth Wing book review. I don't know if he still will do it, but he did say that he wanted to review some books on my reading channel because he's currently reading Iron Flame and he liked Fourth Wing. So he was like, I want to do a boyfriend book review on your reading vlog. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I don't know if he's still going to do it, but yeah. But I just think the message that I sent him was so funny. I was like, not trying to be mean or anything, but why do you stare at me like a lot? And it's so funny because like at the time he was like, yeah, well, I'm not staring at you. So, but then like when I read it to him, like as we started dating, as like we're older, he's like, yeah, I probably was staring at you actually. Ugh. We're almost done with this row. Can you guys believe, I mean, I have been taking some breaks, but this is why making a blanket is so frustrating sometimes, because I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, and it took me almost 2 hours to finish one row. So, like, it's rough out here, but I do want to finish this row, and then I'll end the live stream, so let me finish the row. Got a little bit left. But yeah, if any of you guys want to, put in the chat, like, how you met your significant other. I really like listening to people's, like, neat, cute stories. I love romance. I really do. I'm a hopeless romantic. I really enjoy, like, romance stories. Even though mine isn't, like, super cutesy and romantic, I still think ours is cute. Yeah. Refresh my page. Okay, there we go. Gosh. Hey, gosh. I also have the link to the pattern in the description box if you guys want to make it yourself. Me and my boyfriend got together in school in 2013. Did together. Oh wow, that's a long time. Very long time. I do think it's really cute when people like meet as kids and then they like date and grow up and like stay with each other. Because I think it's really precious, like staying with someone through all of your life changes. Well, I do think that sometimes that can affect you negatively, like being with the same person for so long. I also think it's really cute when like couples can stay together through every type of like life experience together and like still be strong. I think that's really cute. We met on Tinder, he bought me Taco Bell, now we've been together almost 6 years. A classic love story. I love that for you. I saw my boyfriend on a friend's live stream and I thought he was gorgeous. I Facebook stalked him and then plucked up the courage to finally meet him. You know what's actually funny is there's a couple times that I wanted to message my current boyfriend. I am not a girl that will chase a man. I'm gonna make that very clear. I will hardly ever message a guy first unless I'm like, not desperate, but I'm like, if I really want, I'll message a guy first. The one time I ever messaged a guy first and asked him on a date, he said yes to me, but it ended up that he had a girlfriend. So never doing that again. He literally said yes to go on a date with me instead of telling me he had a girlfriend. And then he proceeded to go on a date with me, tell me he really liked me. And then we planned the second date and then he ghosted me and never showed up and stood me up for the second date. And it ended up being because he had a girlfriend and he couldn't answer my text messages because he blocked my number so she couldn't see me texting him. That was cool. There was a lot of red flags with that guy too because like on our first date, he was like an hour late, which I should have just left. But he texted me saying like, I'm on the way. And then it took him an hour to get there. But he wasn't actually on the way. He was just trying to figure out how to leave the house to get away from his girlfriend to come and meet me. And then when he finally got there, he was like, sorry, my phone's not working. Like, at the time, I just was believing him because I actually went to high school with him. He was just lying. He was literally just lying. And I tried to find his girlfriend online, but he has like no digital footprint at all. So I could not figure out who he was dating to message her. So I hope she's doing okay. Because like, I don't know who she is, but like he was really doing her dirty and I couldn't figure out who she was to tell her. Like, I stalked him hardcore to try to figure out who she was, and I could not find him. I could not find her. Me and my boyfriend met on Facebook, but found out we lived around the corner from each other our whole life, but never met. Been together 10 years. That's awesome. Yeah, usually when you're not looking for a relationship is when it kind of just, like, falls into your lap. I'm very, like, bro, if the time's right, it's gonna happen. I personally feel like when you like go out desperately searching for somebody to date on like online dating apps, I feel like usually it's always just going to be a fail because you're like desperately looking for a partner. Not desperate, I don't know if that's the right word to use, but like when you're actively like trying to find someone, I feel like sometimes you overlook red flags or you overlook little things that you normally wouldn't overlook just because you want to be in a relationship. So yeah, I usually do like to tell people who are like getting frustrated about not being able to date and stuff. I just feel like what is meant to be will be. And if you are meant to be in a relationship with someone, it will happen, you know? What hooks and yarn are you using? I'm just using some cheap hooks from Amazon. I think they're linked in my Amazon storefront in my description box. It's all chewed up because Claudine chews my hooks, and the yarn I'm using, I honestly have no idea. I've had it for a very long time. It feels like Red Heart, but I could not tell you the color. I'm so sorry. I'm using scrap yarn for this blanket, so I'm using yarn that I have had for a really long time and that I'm just trying to get rid of. And it's working very well because I'm almost out of all of it. And now I'm like, oh no, do I need to buy some more? I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé and seeing some of them like meeting people online from like other countries. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do they do it? Like, I hate waiting a week to see my boyfriend and he lives like 40 minutes away. Like, imagine living like a country away from my boyfriend. I would be so miserable. I could not do it. I don't know how people do long distance relationships. I could never. I'm too clingy for that. Also, YouTube live streams are so delayed. Like, I'll ask you guys a question and literally like 45 seconds later you guys answer. Like, I don't know how to fix that, but it is so delayed. See, the ring is like trying to come off my finger, so sometimes it's like really annoying. Done. Wait. Dang it, I need to go faster. Faster! It's kind of crazy. When I go live during the week, and this is just a observation, I've noticed that I actually get more viewers during the week than on the weekends, which actually surprises me because during the weekends, I feel like people would actually have free time to be able to watch, but maybe not. I've noticed that like when I upload a video on the weekend, it gets like less views within the first 24 hours than it does like if I upload during the week, which actually surprises me really like a lot. Because like I would prefer watching more stuff on the weekends than I would during the week when I'm like working and stuff. Work the same job too? Oh my gosh, I think I would go crazy if I worked the same job as my boyfriend too. I think that's like too much time together for me. Hi Caitlin. True, true. I guess people are out doing more like activities and stuff on the weekends, right? That makes sense. Cause I like even on Sundays, like I'm normally hanging out with my boyfriend, like going and doing stuff on Sundays, so I guess that's true. The only reason I'm not is because I'm sick. So that makes sense actually. Hello, I got a Harry Potter wand. That's cool. I made my own wand. I'll probably record myself crocheting on live right now. Let me go get my camera. Get some footage. Say hi in the chat if you guys want to be on the next vlog. The next crochet vlog. Say hi right now so I can film it in 45 seconds when you guys can actually hear me say something. Hi everyone! Both graphic designers. Okay, that's not too bad. Really cool. Make sure my... We're live! Say hi! Everybody! Blanket. Going live. Got a lot of people saying hi for the vlog. Thank you everybody for coming in. A little behind the scenes moment here. Got my water, the coffee, the pattern. Live's doing pretty good. Got about 48 viewers. Everybody's chatting. Nice time. Woo! I like doing a little like behind the scenes moment. Sabrina, hello. You guys for coming. Now, over here, I'm going to film myself. The American Girl author is actually there? What? The way I'm so jealous of you right now. The way I'm so jealous of you right now. What do you mean? What do you mean? Where are you? What festival are you at? Yeah, this is a good angle. Get a good side profile over here. Hi, Lila. Or Layla. Sorry if I said it. I think that's just like my thing. I just say everybody's names wrong. Okay, we're getting close to be done with this round. We gotta grind. We gotta grind. I'm really excited for this blanket to be finished though, because then I'm gonna drape it across the back of my couch as like decoration, and I feel like it's really gonna bring the whole couch together. What coloring books do I recommend? The only ones that I've ever bought are the ones from the coloring book video that I posted. So if you go to my Amazon storefront, I have like a coloring book section, I believe, and they're linked on there. Those are the only coloring books I've used. So, you know, on TikTok, Bobby Goods is the most popular one, but her website sells out like immediately. But I believe on the Bobby Goods website, you can get printables. So if you have a printer, you can print out the coloring pages on like marker paper, and then you can color it from home instead of having to wait for a coloring book to ship to you, which I think is a really nice option to make. What was that? Okay, I feel like one of the cats just fell or something. Okay. I think Claudine, she likes to fall asleep at the very top of the cat tree on the wall, and I think she fell asleep too hard and she almost fell. Does that a lot. She catches herself before she falls, but that's the reason I put it above the couch, because if one of them fall, they will just land on the couch. They won't hurt themselves. Have you taken a break from painting things for your shop? If you're talking about my pet shop, I probably won't be doing that anymore. There's a lot of like creators that started, I wouldn't say copying, I definitely am not the first one to make like pet portraits, but I feel like there's some people in the guinea pig community who just started doing the exact same thing that I was doing, like using the same materials, using like the same fonts that I use, like copying it, and I just like don't care anymore. I feel like a lot of people in the pet community, like, they just can't think of like how to do anything original. Like, I'm not, obviously painting portraits is going to be unique for every single artist because every single person's art style is different, so that doesn't bother me. But like the fact that they were using like the same things as me and they were like copying my descriptions and everything too, I just didn't really like that. And also, I retired my pet channel and my pet accounts, so I feel like I'm retiring that Etsy shop too. I really enjoyed doing it, but maybe it's something that I'll bring back on my Alyssa in Designs Etsy, but I don't know. I really don't. Dog makes it really hard for me to pick her up. You like sitting on this pillow? Cozy, doesn't it? Yeah, I feel you. Running a small business nowadays is really hard. You know, because you want to price your items at a reasonable price, but people don't want to pay those prices because they're so used to paying like Amazon and fast fashion prices, you know? So it's hard. Like, I get asked all the time to like remake the old purses that I've made for myself and stuff. But people don't realize, like, if I remade those purses, like there's like this big strawberry purse that I spent like 2 weeks making, and I get asked by people all the time if I can make and sell those, but like people don't realize that I would have to sell it for like $500 just to get my like work that the time of the work that I spent on it back. Like, it took me like 2 to 3 weeks to make, so plus the price of the yarn and all the materials, like minimum $500. And like, people can't afford that, so like I don't blame them for not wanting to spend it. But like, people don't realize how much time and effort goes into crocheting, and like paying like nothing for it for handmade items is just like, I don't know, it's rough out here. That's why I like selling scrunchies, because people can get the satisfaction of like getting something handmade from me, but it's actually like $5 and it's pretty cheap and it's easy to make for everyone. So I've noticed that like being a small business that makes crochet items, it's best to sell smaller items that are easier to make because you can price them cheaper and more people will buy them. Because it's very rare that you're gonna have a bunch of people want to buy a $500 item. But you will usually have a bunch of people want to buy it like a $5 item, you know? Yeah, dogs are very expensive for sure. Ah! Teeny. That was cute. Did you guys see that? Saying hello. Yeah, dogs are, especially vaccines, like, I spend like $600 a year just on vaccines. It's like $300 a dog for full vaccine, and then that's not even counting the price of heartworm prevention, which can be like another $200 every 6 months. And that's just like preventative care. That's not like actual sicknesses. So like, for example, I've had to take Mochi to the vet like 3 or 4 times this year for his back and leg pain. And each of those visits have been like $200 to $300. So it's rough out here. It's rough. And then, you know, that doesn't count the prices that I'm paying for my guinea pigs as well. A lot of them have passed away from old age, so it's not as expensive lately. For like hay and stuff, but like they are also. Yeah, definitely not getting any more animals anytime soon. I'm happy with the amount that I have, and I don't need any more. I finally finished the row. Woo! I had this random chick come up to me and accuse me of being the girl her boyfriend was cheating on with, but she legit started laying hands and eating you up. Of course, being that age group, everyone circled around egging on the fight, and this guy rolls in on his BMX bike and broke up the fight and got me inside. We chatted in line, and then my mom found out I had a Facebook and crashed my computer, so we lost touch for 4 years. I always kept tabs on him. He was always dating somebody. We reconnected in grade 12, and he took me up to hang out so we could. Oh my god, that's like a book romance right there. He protected you. He drove up while you were getting beat up on a BMX bike. And then you reconnected years later. That's a second chance romance book if I ever heard one myself. My shop ships to the UK if you're talking about my shop. You just have to pay for shipping, which is like $15 or something. Kevin is alive. All of the girls are alive. I don't want to talk about my animals. That's like one of the rules I don't like doing on the live streams anymore. All of my girls are alive. They're all bonded together now. Unfortunately, all of the boys except Kevin have passed away. But I don't really want to talk about it because it actually makes me really sad too. So yeah, but all of the girls, Kevin, they're all okay. The rabbits are okay. Everyone else. Okay. But yeah, my shop, I mean, I'll double check for you. Oh, maybe I don't. Let me try again. I swear I had international shipping, but let me go ahead and add it. Priority mail. $15. That's normally how much it is. Okay, yeah, you just have to pay really expensive shipping, unfortunately. Like, the minimum price to ship out of country is like, minimum I've seen it be $15. It used to be like 12 or 13 a couple years ago. It's a lot more expensive now. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had international, but maybe I didn't. So I just turned international on for the listings that are up right now. So if you want to buy, totally understand if you don't, because that is very expensive shipping. But, and you're also, I do have to say, you're responsible for your custom fees. So if it gets into your country and you have to pay customs, I am not responsible for that, which I do have that disclaimer up on my shop as well. If I use your discount code for Ohuhu, do you get a percentage of the sale? Yes, I do. Okay, I finished this row, and now I have 4 more rows of purple to go, but I don't know if I have enough purple to finish off all 4 rows. I really hope I do. But here it is. Finished 2 rows of purple. And I'm actually going to finish filming this crochet video, and then I'm going to edit the video. I'm gonna send it over to the sponsor, wait for the sponsor. I'm gonna upload it early for Patreon members. Then it hopefully goes up tomorrow or Tuesday. So that's our plan right now. Surprised little girl here, literally just, I love this pillow, this Volari pillow, because like she would not be able to lay in my lap like this without the pillow being here, because the chair is just not big enough. Yeah, I totally get it if people don't want to shop internationally. It's expensive. I don't buy stuff overseas because I can't afford it. Like, there are so many book merch shops in the UK that I want to buy from so badly, but I don't want to pay for shipping because, like, I'll be like, oh, a $20 shirt, but then it's actually like $30 to $40 because of the fees and the international shipping. It's like, it sucks. It really does. And then, like, you don't know if customs will hit you as well. So it's rough. It's rough out here. I'm gonna take my glove off. But yeah, if you guys ever use like my discount codes, 9 times out of 10, I have a discount code because I get some type of commission. Or if it's like a bigger sponsor, like for example, Skillshare, they sponsor my videos every single month. If you sign up, the more people who sign up with my links, the more they're gonna work with me. So yeah. They work with me every single month because apparently a lot of you guys sign up with Skillshare with my link and they're happy with the signups that they get with my videos. So they have been working with me for like 7 months now, and they're actually sponsoring the next video. So I do love Skillshare. They're like one of my favorite sponsors. I really like working with them and I really like their website. So this little girl, she's so cute. She's starting to get like gray on her face. I don't know if you guys can see like around her eyes, and her face is gray, but she's only like 5 years old. So I'm like, why are you turning gray? But like I looked at a picture at her from like 3 years ago and her face was not white at all. Now she has like a white face, look. She has a white face, why? Hi Christina, hi Allie. Fortunately, you guys are saying hi, but I am actually about to end the stream. I have a lot that I need to do, so thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I will probably be streaming again on Tuesday. Let me see. I will probably stream Tuesday at like 5 p.m. And then I'll probably also stream again on Thursday at like 5 p.m. So stay tuned for those live streams. I don't know if I'll be working on the blanket or working on something else, but I will be crocheting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!